Hi, I'm Chris, and this is the first time I've ever done something like this. I've been on the other side of the camera a few times, but never this side of the camera. I've always tried to avoid this. Whenever the opportunity was given to me, I always rejected it. So if I feel if I seem a little bit nervous, it's because I've never openly told the world about me. So why am I here? Well, on the 31st of May 2022, I was diagnosed with stage 5 chronic kidney disease. So that's not good. That's really not good. It was, to some degree, a little bit out of the blue, but it has hit me quite hard, sent me sideways. I've had, I think it's day 4 or 5 now? Day 6. 3 of those days I spent in hospital. I got discharged 3 days after I was initially diagnosed, and I'm decided to talk about it. I've got a long journey ahead of me, and I thought I would have a look on the internet myself to try and find some information about my condition, about the processes, the care and the clinical interventions I'm likely to go through over the coming weeks, months and potentially years. And I found there was a lot of information on the internet. A vast majority of that information seemed to be coming from healthcare professionals around the world. And there was a handful of people sharing their stories. And to be honest, what I found was most of those people, really brave people, who decided to open up and tell the world about what they're going through. Most of those people seem to be women. And I'm a middle-aged man, and I felt as if we are particularly famous for not talking about what's wrong with us and not addressing our health issues when there's something that needs to be addressed. So I've taken this opportunity to do a video blog. So this is the first episode. I've set up my phone. I've not got a YouTuber's kit. I know a little bit about making videos, so I'm not supposing these are going to be Oscar nominated, but hopefully I can try and make them a little bit interesting from time to time. I want to try and capture as many aspects of my care as I can. I have a sneaky suspicion that the staff at the hospital and the clinics that I'll be attending may not necessarily want to be filmed, so it might end up being mostly me or my surroundings outside of hospital or outside of clinics. But where I can, I'm going to see if I can film some of the conversations I have with my healthcare professionals as I go through this journey. So, a little bit lost for words now. I'm sure I can edit this out. It's a really long pause. I'm sure I can edit this out. So what do I want to talk about next? So who am I? I'm Chris. I'm married. I've been married for 22 years. My wife is amazing and has been amazing over these last few days, which have been traumatic to say the least. I have 2 beautiful children. Their pictures are up here. That's Joe and Oscar. That's not one of my children. That's Vivian out of the young ones. Anybody watching this who's my generation will know exactly who that is. If you're under 35, you probably haven't got a clue. And it's not Keith out of The Prodigy, which a few people have suggested it might be. I have had a fairly normal life. I have some other long-standing health issues that I'll talk about in another video, but basically I'm fine, and I've been fine most of my life. So this diagnosis of the chronic kidney disease is going to be life-changing. I think that for me is part of the reason why I wanted to do these vlogs, because this time in my life is a change in my life forever, and I have no idea how I'm going to deal with it. I have no idea how I'm going to cope. I've historically managed to deal with things in my life reasonably well. I don't think I deal with them any better or any worse than your average person. And I thought being able to capture what I'm going through and telling you about it, and if you find yourself in this position, if you found yourself in stage 2, stage 3, stage 4 chronic kidney disease, and you're really anxious and worried about what the future holds, I am too. And perhaps this series of films that I do, however long I manage to do them for, perhaps this series of films is useful and helpful, and hopefully set things out as they really are. I've read a mixed bag of information on the internet so far, and I'm conscious that I should very much focus on the care and the experiences of people within the UK. I live in the UK, so the care that I'm going to be getting is going to be 100% provided by the National Health Service, the gem of the United Kingdom, the NHS. And so I'm conscious that I shouldn't be looking at stories and examples of care outside of the UK, and it's quite difficult when you're reading through information that you find on the internet to ascertain where that information is actually coming from. Sometimes it can just simply be because the spelling of certain words, or somebody mentions that there was a fee or a cost, or their insurance doesn't cover it, and then I try and switch that one off. So having spent a number of days doing my own research about the nature of the condition that I have and the care that I'm going to have to go through, I opted to do this. Now, let's be really clear. I am not a healthcare professional. I have no qualifications in healthcare whatsoever. So anything that I say or do on these videos is absolutely me telling you my experiences of my care, my symptoms and my diagnoses. And so please don't take anything that I say as something that you should follow. Always speak to your healthcare professional if there's anything that you're not sure about. By all means, put questions in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them, but I may well just say, best speak to your healthcare professional. I think, as a brief introduction, that should do. I'm going to plan a series of short videos that cover various different topics, from my symptoms, things that I should have looked out for, the care I've received so far, my time at the hospital over those 3 days, the plans that are being made now to help me. I have an appointment later on this afternoon with my nephrologist, that's my renal doctor. That's going to be my first appointment with a consultant since I've been discharged, so I think it might be quite an eye-opener for me. And I have an appointment with a team of with the team from the dialysis unit later this week as well. Similarly, that's a first-time appointment with that part of the service, so again I think there's going to be some developments from that. So what I'd like to do is try and go through each of these steps, and I'll try and do a little video afterwards and try and keep you up to date as to where I am, how I'm getting on. So for now, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll have an episode 2 and 3 and 4, and we'll see where we get on. Cheers.